Well, good morning, everybody. We're heading to York Minster today on a cloudy, rainy day. Going to escape the rain inside just a little bit. And then I've got my fancy, sorry, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm probably just going to lose half of my fan base, at least by that. So, all right, might double it, yes. So, yeah, if you're in Liverpool, subscribe. But this guy got me into Liverpool, so it's his fault. So he's been a fan his whole life. Yes, yes. You've got your shirt on there. Here, expose yourself on YouTube. Yeah. There you go. Very nice. But anyway, gonna go check out York Minster and see what the church / cathedral / minster is all about. Okay, first stop, the Undercroft Museum. We're going to go straight to the bottom to see the history underneath the Minster. There we go. The foundations. The tower, we're down underneath in the foundations. The foundations were too small for the tower, and so they were going to have to do some repairs. They got, researching and stuff, and so when they opened up the foundations, they found all the Roman, I can't remember what it's called, Praetorium? What was that?
Basilica.
The Basilica, where the Roman government buildings would have been, and the remains of the Saxon church. And now they have big, huge these ground bolt anchors.
I'm guessing that's the tower. So then there's the steel tie rods, which are, because you can see that, I guess there's a wall that they filled, but the tie rods are holding them together. Existing column. So there's the existing footings, and it looks like they've surrounded it with concrete, and then the steel rod goes right the way through to that side, but it goes all the way around, I guess.
Which is the headquarters.
Is that the piece that... This is like the center tower.
Okay.
They pulled it out, and then this is all the. Okay, so here's then that's all the.
That's all
tying them in together. This was all in May 1967 is when that happened. So this is the street level. We're standing on an old Roman street that would have been down about 3 feet below our feet right here, in the middle of the Roman Basilica. By 43 AD, the Romans had established themselves in southern Britain. They worked north through wars and deals. In 71 AD, issues with the Brigantes prompted the 9th Legion to establish a walled city at York. These are the Roman stones right here. At the center of the fortress was the Principia, or the headquarters. It had 3 sides around a large courtyard, and the 4th side was formed by the Basilica, which was a massive hall where soldiers received their orders, heard announcements, and took part in religious ceremonies. During the excavations to repair the foundations, parts of the Principia were uncovered, and you can see parts of an anteroom that were next to the main hall and artifacts that were uncovered. Oh, that's cool. That's like our little recreation. Is that real or a recreation?
Reassembled, so it's original. You can see it, can't you?
So York Minster is called a minster, which that kind of means it's a missionary type of church, which is an outreach church. In 627, King Edwin of Northumbria built the Anglo-Saxon minster so that he could be baptized. His wife, Ethelberga from Kent, played a role. He was baptized on Easter Day. The first church was just a small wooden building dedicated to St. Peter. Its location has been lost, but there are signs that it was located near today's Minster. So these are actually not remains of the church. They're gravestones that were found that would indicate that there was a church there. But it wasn't until like the year 1100 that really work began on the main part of the Minster that we see today. Many of the early Christian churches were based on the design of the Roman basilica, so it would look similar. Columns down the sides, a big long nave or hall down the center, and one end would have a raised platform. But instead of the Roman tribunal, it would have an altar on it. It's looking like they kept they kept all the central building and just kept adding on to
They
the...
broke out the panels and just left the columns, didn't they?
Right, so it's enlarged, so we've still got that central Norman church here, but it's been expanded out.
And the coffin.
Is that like is that the drain hole?
It's ginormous.
Here's the copy of the York Gospels. It's very dark in here.
Can we see the real one?
There's no real. We missed the Horn of Ulf, and then this book is actually being used. It's
So disappointing.
the year 1020 is when the book was created, but it's still used for worship in the Minster. So they just happen to be using it right now and put a copy on display. All right, that was the Undercroft. That was really cool. Good history of 2,000 years almost of this cathedral church Minster.
And then kind of stuff on. I mean, or would they be up on scaffolding?
So these are all the kings up from William the Conqueror to Henry VI along the choir screen. And some interesting facts. There's only two faces on all of these kings, at least on this side. It's not that they knew what the kings looked like, but they could carve two different faces.
One has bulgy eyes.
One's kind of bulgy eyes, straight-faced, and the other one's kind of skinny, and they've got different like beards and stuff. We're in the choir now. We're going to look for the book. That is a book, but I don't know.
Can you get one of those? That would be really nice.
It's like a dragon pointing out right there. That might have been a mechanism that pivoted to raise lids off of coffins. It would be down here, and St. George is opposite of him somewhere. Yeah. We're in the chapter house. Here's a model of how the roof is actually, the ceiling is hanging from the roof. Story of the Bible there on a huge tennis court size painted glass window that would have been outrageously cool for its time. So how was that? What's first impressions of York Minster? Had you ever been here before?
Never been here before.
Okay.
Biggest internal space I feel I've been in ever, to be honest. It was massive.
Very
Glorious.
impressive.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And to see what they did to save it, and in terms of the failing foundations, that was just a wonderful bit of engineering, which might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I thought it was superb.
Oh, I love that too.
Just
Yeah,
to see how they engineered it back, it was amazing. And it was in the 60s, which is, wasn't quite as advanced as we are now.
So you're still using slide rules to figure out how to fix it?
I think they probably
Maybe?
were,
Yeah.
That's right. It wasn't before computers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, in truth, they weren't computers, were they?
No. So how about the York Minster? What did you like about it?
Oh, it was the ornate carvings.
Yes, so ornate.
And the detail. And the
Colourful.
closer you looked, wasn't it? The more you could see. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. All right, now it's time for the Liverpool match. We've got a reservation. Hopefully it's going to work out at the Golden Lion here with lots of TVs. So let's go find out if we can watch this. Go Reds! If you like this content, let me know by hitting the like button and subscribing. It wasn't till the 1000s. What? Somebody's playing. They've got all these cool toys to play with, knocking down the arches.